This is National Native News. I'm Antonia Gonzalez. Indigenous health workers are stepping up their battle against opioid addictions. As the Mountain West News Bureau's Jenny Kenzie reports, tribal communities are looking for solutions to the ongoing crisis.
Indigenous people have been especially hard hit by the national opioid epidemic. Their use is highest among all U.S. populations, and use has been increasing dramatically in recent years. Chris Lovato is a community health representative on the Santo Domingo Pueblo in New Mexico. Lovato says the problem is widespread and has even tracked opioid addictions in children as young as 9 and 13.
We did experience the 13-year-old hallucinating, just kind of not coherent. And, of course, 911 was called. And after a couple of days, we got the, information that he was high on meth.
Funds to fight the crisis come from the federal government's Tribal Opioid Response Program and settlements from lawsuits against opioid manufacturers and distributors. 5 tribal nations in New Mexico and more from out of state are expected to attend a summit on the Santa Ana Pueblo to look for solutions in November. I'm Jenny Kinsey.
The Phoenix, Arizona area is increasingly becoming a hub for data centers powering artificial intelligence. And as KJZZ's Gabriel Pietrozio reports, even tribes are beginning to tackle the trade-offs.
From language and culture to tribal courts and health, the applications are seemingly endless.
There's not been a conference on AI in Indian country at all, to my knowledge, and so this is really the first time bringing people together.
Tracy Morris, who is Chickasaw and executive director of ASU's American Indian Policy Institute, says she and her team will draft a white paper on takeaways from the day-long Wiring the Res gathering in downtown Phoenix. Among them was critical dialogue about natural resources, a topic initially missing from the agenda, but later added.
After we saw stuff on our social media saying, well, what about what it's doing to the environment? I was like, okay, let's add a panel. We got space.
Chris Deschini, who is Navajo and executive director of the National Intertribal Energy Council, says few tribes are in the position to consider building data centers on their lands.
Most of the Indian country is not impacted by this, but it does impact, for example, if you have utility rates.
Arizona Utilities, APS, and Tucson Electric Power are now proposing a 14% hike for ratepayers, largely driven by rising energy demands from data centers. For National Native News, I'm Gabriel Pietrozio.
Events were held over the weekend and continue through Monday across the country to celebrate Indigenous Peoples Day. In Berkeley, California, Saturday, the annual Indigenous Peoples Day Powwow and India Market was held. It included intertribal dancing, contest dancing, native foods, arts, and crafts. Organizers say this year's powwow marks 33 years of the holiday, honoring ancestors, people of today, and future generations. In Nevada, earlier this year, state lawmakers passed a bill to officially recognize Indigenous Peoples Day as the second Monday in October, but the governor vetoed the measure. According to Native Voters Alliance Nevada, the Native community is still celebrating and invited elected officials, allies, and the greater Las Vegas community to kick off Indigenous Peoples Day at the Welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas sign to honor the holiday. The event includes a ceremonial lighting, speakers, and a preview of future legislative plans. I'm Antonia Gonzalez.
National Native News is produced by Kawanak Broadcast Corporation with funding by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
Support by Sonosky Chambers Law, championing tribal sovereignty and Native American rights since 1976. From opioids litigation to treaty rights to tribal self-governance. With offices in Washington, D.C., New Mexico, California, and Alaska. Sonosky Chambers Law.
Support by Amerind, Indian Country's 100% tribally owned insurance partner. Information on property, liability, workers' compensation, and commercial auto needs at amerind.com.
Native Voice One, the Native American Radio Network.